Double checking. We're in. Haha. Welcome to the Zul'jin Distillery Hogger Only League. I am the Crushinator, and I will be your host for tonight's matchup between Zul'jin Distillery and Beatgen Simps. Now, this is your first time in the Zul'jin Distillery Invitational League. A couple things to note as a difference to NGS. First, there are 13 available maps in the rotation here for this league. And secondly, Hogger, released just hours ago, is available for play. Let's jump into the map screen and see the state of this series. Look at all those maps. Look at all that craziness. Zul'jin Distillery choosing to ban away Battlefield of Eternity and Hanamura Temple. Beatgen Simps. That's going to be tough. I'm going to keep calling Beatgen all day long. Beatgen Simps banning out Garden of Terror and Dragonshire. And our first map, oh, it's a good one. Warhead Junction, as chosen by Beatgen Simps. This is going to be our map number one. I'm going to let them know that I'm ready. Take a swig on the water here. Just a sec has been called in the chat. Let's jump on back to the me screen. Feels good to be back. Second season here with XGDI. It's a fun league. I'm actually playing it this time around. I'm playing with BFF. So, yeah, come on out Thursday and catch that action. So, but I like the vibe here. It's a cool tournament here that DeWitt has put together. And, yeah, really, really good stuff. Should have our first lobby in just a moment. This is a best of three, by the way, best of three series between XGD and BGS. How you doing, McGiblets? McGiblets talking from the lobby. What a champ. I saw you out there smashing in the C East finals. All three casters from that finals are on your team right now. I smell collusion. There's collusion here somewhere. Warhead Craption has been called by Linehouse. Are you kidding me? Warhead is the best map in the rotation. I want it to be the only map played from now on. You know what you can do? You know what you can do? Not Paradox told me this. You can triple soak. Oh! Get something like a Jaina. Get something like a Nazebo. Get your triple soak on using that tunnel. Ooh. Is Hogger open in XGDI? Yes, it is. It is open. It is available. And here we go. Warhead Junction is here. It's on and popping. Welcome to game number one. It will be Zul'jin Distillery that has the first pick here. Will they ban Hogger, or are they cool? Let's find out here. As DeWitt has the first ban here on Warhead Junction. A very, very large map. So you'd think globals could be in play. However, the tunnel from top lane to bottom lane makes it so you everyone can have a global. Why is my music so dang loud? There we go. There we go. Why is my system off? There. You guys deserve music too. I gotta fix all that. Diva actually gonna be the first ban here. Are all my levels good? Okay. I thought I fixed up everything. It's like I was switching everything over. Anyway, long story. Stream Deck stuff. I think everything's good now. System's up and running. Oh, you know what it is? It's that this is going to the wrong source. Chromie going to be banned away by Beatgen Simps. Let me see if I can very quickly fix the problem. I'm going to go to the sound. We're going to go to the advanced options. This is what happened. So here's what happened. As we see Lost Vikings banned away by Zul'jin Distillery. Go down here. We're going to cut to default. We're going to go back to music. I know what the problem is. Gazlo has been banned away. All right, I can fix this for next time. I need to go here. I need to go to music. All right, that's going to be fixed for next time. Perfect. Abathur first pick. That's not Hogger, but that is Abathur here coming out from DeWitt. It is an extremely large map. It is a map that you're not often going to be rotating between lanes, exceedingly quickly. You can kind of go between top and bot quickly, so Abathur's going to have to watch out for that. But it's no, it's no Tomb of the Spider Queen. It's no Dragonshire. where Abathur can't step out at all. So cool pick there. I like that coming out from Zul'jin Distillery. There's the Hogger snagging on us, snapping up the Elwyn Forest Terror, and that's going to be Romedy on the Dahaka. So I remember how to be a caster, and I go and I write down the heroes that have been chosen by specific players. Romedy on Dahaka, snagging on us on the Hogger. Hogger not found! Goodness, brand new hero not available in my side. What a shame. Zagara chosen by Led, and it's going to be Cowboy Kyle on the Johanna. A little bit of an inside scoop here. Inside scoop. Zul'jin Distillery is doing a little fanciness with their roles. So you may see some players you're not used to seeing on certain roles playing certain heroes here for Zul'jin Distillery. So keep an eye out for that. It's going to be a little bit tough to ban against this team. Beatgen Simps making sure that it's not full nonsense, banning away the Samuro here. Zul'jin Distillery looking at the Hogger, looking at the Dahaka. Now, one thing to note, I played a couple Hogger games. Not myself, but on my team. Hogger lost all 3 games. Hogger's damage is not that good. Not that good. Dahaka's damage, not super good. So, Beatgen Simps are going to be a little bit hurting for damage with that pairing. So they're going to need some high DPS in the back line here, as we see Uther has been banned out by Zul'jin Distillery. Beatgen Simps next to act. Looking at some macro business over on the side of Zul'jin Distillery. They've already got their Dahaka. Can do some business in the off lane. They're going to need some sort of rotation, some sort of gang. They're going to put McGiblets on the Rainer here. And it's going to be Anduin for Lighthouse. That's going to put Jinxie Cat on the tank as it comes down. Interested to see what tank you plan to put beside a Hogger and a Dahaka. Will it be a tank at all? Will it be something a little more damagey, something a little more chaos-driven? Alganus. Something like a damage Arthas could be coming on through. Could be interesting. Could be very interesting. Sure. Last 2 picks here for Zul'jin Distillery. They've got the Abathur Zagara. It's going to be Rhaegar and Thrall. The Orc Bros are here. The Orc Bros are ready to slay. Be fresh on that Thrall. Hey, look, it's Arthas. We'll see if it's a damage build coming out for Jinxie Cat. I would guess so, since the damage seems to be a little bit limited over on the side of Beatgen Simps right now. But we see. Clash into some 2 very unorthodox comps here on a very unorthodox map. We've got our brand new hero up and ready to go. See how it goes. I don't have a fancy preload, so we're going to go right back to me. Alrighty, so I see my game has been muted. Was that on purpose? It was. Okay. Man, this stream deck is just... Oh, we'll fix it after. We'll fix it after. It's all good. Loading on in here to Warhead, taking a look at our 2 comps. I gotta cheer for the Hogger team, right? We've got Abathur Zagara on one side. That's awesome. We've got Hogger. Oh, I don't know. Let's jump into the game. Let's jump into the game. As I mistimed my thing. They're all Cowboy Kyle. Give me the last bit of your load. Yeah, I just said that. All right, on the left-hand side in the blue, we have Led on the Zagara. DeWitt is playing Abathur. Cowboy Kyle on the Johanna. Ankle Shot on the Rhaegar. And Be Fresh on the Thrall. It is Zul'jin Distillery. On the right in the red, we have Snaggananas on the Hogger, Romedy MC on the Dahaka, McGiblets is playing Rainer, Linehouse on the Anduin, and Jinxie Cat on the Arthas. It is Beatgen Simps.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Here we go. Game number 1 is underway. Good luck, have fun has been called in the chat. And we've got a Zerg in the top lane. They're going for the top vision. Snaggananas is leading the way on the Hogger. Cowboy Kyle will not get there in time. Will the teams clash at level 1 over the site, as is tradition? Be Fresh is thinking about it. We've got Abathur in the top lane here for Zul'jin Distillery. Zagara down in the bottom lane, already getting some business done there. Using the summons to draw the ire of that cannon. Already using the tunnel there. Oh, the combo coming out from Snagananas. Using the... Gosh, what is that called? The Hog Wild. Put some damage on. And Led is going to get chased on back here. Meanwhile, we've got Romedy pushing in the mid. We've got no one pushing in the top, as B-Fresh is going to be pushing alone. And it looks like we're going to have a rotation between bottom and top lane here from Beatgen Simps. That's a very cool thing that you can do here now on Warhead Junction with that tunnel. Now, that does open them up for a little bit of trouble, so that's a very predictable path. Will Zul'jin Distillery be able to deny this heavy rotation? We see them all going through the tunnel again to catch this bottom wave. Now, what this will allow Zagara to do is set up these tumors just like you see here, creating a lot of vision, creating a lot of ability to move around, and Romedy just going to hold down the mid lane. Do you ever see a map like this where the solo laner is in the mid? Well, you do now. Beatgen coming on up to the top lane, B-Fresh getting ready to move on out of there. Looks like Zul'jin Distillery with a little bit more of a standard setup here as Jinxie Cat throwing in the Frost Presence to show Thrall what's for. The Giblets is going to grab the right side Hellbat camp and then go try to de-push this Zagara. Led with that vision is going to be very, very safe down here in the bottom lane. Snag checking out the left side camp. Nothing to be found there. So we see Jinxie Cat using that aura to take out those tumors. Ankle Shot actually soloing that Bruiser as Rhaegar. That is a neat little trick that you can do with Rhaegar right from level 4. Uh-oh, Ankle Shot could be in some trouble here. Here's the collapse. Romedy looking for a drag, but nice peel there from Cowboy Kyle. And now it might be Johanna who's in trouble, throwing out the shield glare. Able to walk away just fine. And the warheads are starting to deploy here. 4 nukes on the map. 2 in the mid, 1 in the top, 1 in the bottom lane. As we see B-Fresh once again in some trouble here. There's the double root coming out from Arthas and Anduin. That is going to be it for Thrall. First blood goes over to Beatgen Simps. Meanwhile, though, Led getting all sorts of value down here in the bottom lane, but having to peel out as the team is starting to portal on through. Looks like Ankle Shot is going to be grabbing the left side warhead for Zul'jin Distillery. Led thinking about picking up the bottom one, but here comes Linehouse and Jinxie Cat to ward away those plans. Romedy is interrupted by Cowboy Kyle, while Beatgen Simps trying to drop a nuke on top of Abathur. Will not be able to do it. Looks like Linehouse did manage to grab that bottom side nuke. Cowboy Kyle and Romedy still duking it out here over the last remaining warhead on the map. Snaganana's coming on down to try to help this out. Romedy not quite finding the drag. Snag looking for a quick knockback. Will not get it, but will secure enough space for McGiblets to grab that nuke. Zul'jin Distillery a little bit ahead on the minion soak right now. With their stationary lanes, have made sure to catch a little bit more of that minion XP than the rotations of Beatgen Simps for now. But both teams have arrived at level 7, fairly even for this point in the game. So far, not a lot of opportunities for team fights to happen as we see the bottom lane siege coming in from Rhaegar and Zagara is significant. Already taking this fort down to half health. Here comes Hogger. Gets the body block, but won't quite find the swipe onto Led. Uses the Hog Wild to catch on up there, so great chase coming on in from Hogger. Ankle Shot actually being slowed down by Arthas quite a bit. Will manage to get away. You see McGiblets has taken the top right side camp. Teams are once again back to neutral. Garbage Fire was picked up by Hogger to help clear away that that creep tumor. Be fresh, nice little juke there. It looks like teams are just using their rotational advantage to help them siege, not exactly creating a lot of opportunity for team fights. And it is still it's still a little bit of a problem here on Warhead Junction as a competitive map. There aren't a lot of reasons to really get into a team fight. Yeah, the nukes are good. Sometimes there's fewer of them. But, I mean, losing a nuke or two isn't usually a huge deal. So it'll be interesting to see what these teams actually end up fighting over in terms of space on the map. Ankle shot could be in some trouble here. The Chastise coming on out, trying to get away here, but there's the follow-up stun. Oh no, the team faded away too early, but Jinxie Cat comes in to wipe up that final kill. Nicely done by Beatgen Simps. Dropping off the nuke down in the bottom lane. Now, if you remember previous iterations of Warhead Junction, the middle of that nuke used to do more damage. Now it does not. Now, anything that gets hit in the circle gets hit for the exact same amount of damage. So you want to layer that circle on as much stuff as possible. Level 10s have arrived here for Beatgen Simps. We're looking at the Syndragosa. It is Hortipult for Hogger. Looking at the Isolation for Dahaka. Anduin and Raynor still thinking about it here as they consider their level 10 options. Level 10s have also arrived for Zul'jin Distillery, looking at the Bloodlust, Earthquake, Blessed Shield, Ultimate Evolution, and Zagara still weighing the options as well. Ooh, Snagadon is going right in there, going to try to fight over this camp. Gets the knockback, but there's the Bloodlust. This is going to be trouble here. Snagadon is trying to get away with the Hog Wild, but runs out of space here. Throws out the Dynamite, but the root is there, and that is going to be it for the Elwyn Forest Nightmare. Cowboy Kyle managing to get away from Romedy MC in the time. And we're going to see Beatgen start to move on back. And now we've got 2 warheads. This could be an opportunity for an actual proper team fight to break out. Or maybe the teams just trade. We see that Zul'jin Distillery has taken the top one. Cowboy Kyle thinking about an interrupt. Doesn't quite land the shield glare. And it's going to be a simple trade between our 2 teams here. Top lane bomb going to go ahead and drop his ankle shot, aided by DeWitt. Continues the siege. Looks like Snagadon is going to come up to say something about that. Could be trouble here for Rhaegar. Manages to avoid the Frost Presence, walking right by McGiblets, and that is going to be DeWitt trying to get away as well. The Burrow is out. Oh, Chastise not going to be in time. And Abathur is gone. Beatgen Simps just going to have to clean up the wreckage. Move along. Romedy could be in a little trouble here. Has to pop the Essence to stay alive in the mid lane versus the Orc Bros. Uh-oh, Cowboy Kyle in trouble. Johanna throwing out the Condemn and just walking back to base. Will that be enough? Looks like Hogger bouncing just the wrong way there. One thing that was mentioned to me is that Hogger's aiming with that Hog Wild, where it says where you're going to bounce off the walls when you're holding that key down. It's a little bit funky right now. Snagadon is going some big damage on the Hog Wild as led, and Cowboy Kyle. Oh no, Johanna could be in some trouble here. Manages to avoid the nuke. Here comes Syndragosa. Beatgen Simps are committing to this mid lane push. Very nicely done. Oh, there goes the Hortipult once again. Nice knockback into Zagara into the corner, and that is going to be it for Led. Nice push in there from members of Beatgen Simps. They've got the about half-level lead right now. As the push continues, Romedy actually getting some good value down in the bottom lane as well. DeWitt may have to be careful here. Meanwhile, though, mid lane going to be going down. Zagara only up just about now. Beatgen Simps decided it's enough value for now. Going to go ahead and move on back. So, Zul'jin Distillery, they're starting to come online. We see that Zagara is going to start to move around the map just a little bit here. Has put out a couple of the Nidus Worms. But late game is really where you see Zagara start to shine here on Warhead Junction. This is one of the biggest maps in the rotation, certainly one of the tallest maps. So Zagara being able to move around with that constant global is a pretty big deal. But it takes a little bit to set up. As I lose my voice here. Possible confrontation over this right side Hellbat camp. Snagadon is getting a big knockback. But the root is good, and Hogger is just starting to melt. That is going to be it for Snagadon, as Romedy getting the silence onto Thrall. Linehouse able to get away from ankle shot. Look at this turn here. Beatgen Simps are starting to move back in, but that's going to be it for Dahaka. Getting everyone healed right back up is ankle shot on that Rhaegar. Suddenly, Zul'jin Distillery with the double kill. Maybe picking up a couple of warheads here. DeWitt in the top lane trying to do something about this Bruiser camp push. Now it's Beatgen Simps kind of locked in their own base. Top nuke going to be picked up. Bottom nuke grabbed by Cowboy Kyle. Checking on the Nidus worms.
Work order.
Looks like we have just the one in the bottom lane right now. One back in the base here for Zagara. So Led just going to go ahead and try to spread that influence with those tuners. Team going ahead and clearing away the creep, trying to take the vision back to be able to control that tunnel. Bruiser camp started up here by Zul'jin Distillery. So once again, problem presents itself. There's not a lot of opportunities for a true blue team fight. Here comes Jinxie Cat. Go ahead and cruise on by. Checking that top boss. This is one of the only points on the map where you really see a contest. Cowboy Kyle pops the iron skin there. Jinxie Cat avoiding the condemn. So the tanks do their dance. Be-Fresh coming along the backside. The Feral Spirit is out. Be-Fresh wants it. There's the Earthquake as well. Bloodlust is coming out. Counter the Syndragosa. Jinxie Cat trying to get under the bubble, but body blocked, and that's going to be Arthas going down. Be-Fresh throwing out that big damage onto the Hog Wild. Snagging is managing to stay alive. Look at that regen. But that's going to be Johanna going down. Zagara down as well. Great isolation onto Rhaegar. It's going to be a turnaround triple kill for the members of Beatgen Simps. They're going to get themselves a nuke, and they're going to go ahead and start up this top boss. I was just mentioning how it's a little bit hard to find a team fight there. Be-Fresh forcing it with the Feral Spirit Earthquake. Almost had it. Almost had the kills that they needed, but turning things around was Beatgen Simps. They get the triple kill, and this is where things start to snowball. They're going to have the boss pushing in the top lane. They've got the 2 nukes on their side. This may not be a game-ending push, but this will almost certainly be a keep-ending push. Arthas now catching up to the rest of the team. Abathur doing Abathur things down in the bottom lane. Be-Fresh thinking about starting up this camp. Get some off-lane pressure, but... Oh, Snag throwing out that nuke very early there. Linehouse manages to get that one off. We'll go ahead and clean up that wall as the boss, still at full health, going to be pushing this now damaged keep. Blessing in disguise there as Snag has managed to hold onto this. Oh, nice stun there on Cowboy Kyle. Moving in without the Iron Skin available. This could be a tough situation for Johanna. Nice Blessed Shield, though, will get the peel. Boss is starting to move on to core, but it looks like Beatgen Simps are a little bit bruised, and they're going to start to back off. Are they going to peel around possibly to this mid-keep? It looks like they're getting set up for the Warheads, while the rest of Zul'jin Distillery just going to go ahead and clear this boss. Looks like it's not going to take any of this core, but that will trap Zul'jin Distillery on the back foot, as there are now 4 nukes. Top 2 are going to be secured by Beatgen Simps. The Giblet's going to go ahead and try to get the execute onto Abathur, and that's going to be it for DeWitt. Trying to make the cheeky play. Didn't know McGiblets was coming straight down to the bottom side of the map. Could this be 4 nukes? Uh-oh, Linehouse getting cheeky with the nuke. Gets it off, but gets taken down. Jinxie Cat trying to heal up with those Zomblers. Oh no, Zomblers doesn't have... It's Syndragosa, my bad. I guess that was a self-Q. So that's Arthas going down. McGiblets manages to drop the nuke before dying. Ugh! Gets the worth hit onto Cowboy Kyle. Many a B-step were had. Zul'jin Distillery strike back. Still 2 nukes in possession here from Beatgen Simps, so they can definitely get a big push in the top lane if they need it. Those 2 nukes will take away the shielding right away from that core. Going to see Zul'jin Distillery start to push in the bottom lane. Are they going to hold that nuke, or are they going to pop it? Looks like Cowboy Kyle going to use it. They've got some extra time on this siege. Hogger's starting to come on down. So the keep is a little bit bruised here. Looks like it's going to be going down. Nice route there onto Snag and Honest. Gets the knockback. Thinking about a Hog Wild here. There's the follow-up stun. Going to require a save from Linehouse to come on through. Zul'jin Distillery setting up their win condition as well in the bottom lane. Meanwhile, top lane, Bruiser can't push. DeWitt chilling hard, hanging to the max. How you doing, Abathur? You good down there? Be careful, there's a wave coming. Oh, Lead coming into help. What a pal. Beatgen Simps going to go ahead and just clear up this bottom lane pressure. Try to get those catapults pushed back. Zul'jin Distillery, they've got the initiative here. Looks like they're going to grab their bruiser. Look for an opportunity to get back out on the map. Level 20s have arrived for both teams. Looks like it's going to be a free bottom fort here for Beatgen Simps. Thrall starting to come on down. Thinks better. We're just going to go ahead and clear that mid as bottom fort will absolutely be taken away. Falcomer looking for the limits, but they are not listed, sir. They are not listed. Maybe I should. I don't know. I figure just spend, you know, if you see him, spend him. If you see him, spend him. Uh-oh, ankle shot could be in some trouble here. Caught by Jinxie Cat on the backside. Rhaegar trying to get away here. Pops the Bloodlust. Look at that huge shield. That's going to be Hogger going down here. McGiblets could be in some trouble as well, wailing away to the best of their ability. But that's going to be Raynor. Linehouse being chased out by Be Fresh. Jinxie Cat and Romedy going to be going down here. Counterkill is good onto Zagara. But that's a full wipe coming on through for Zul'jin Distillery. They're going to grab a couple nukes. I think they're going to be thinking about the core. 2 nukes, I believe, is enough to just peel away the shields. That'll definitely be enough since they've got full 30 seconds at least on this siege. The Zagara down. They don't have the summons to take away the core aggro. There's the 2 nukes. Shielding is gone, and with Rhaegar and Thrall, that's absolutely going to be it here. So, Zul'jin Distillery finds the team fights that they need go ahead and pick up this first victory. But they're slapping away. That's going to be game. GG. Taking a look at the post-game stats. 12 kills to 8 there for Zul'jin Distillery. It was Zagara, played by Led, leading the way on the siege and hero damage. Over 43,000. Snagananas on the Hogger, actually top hero damage with over 38k. Not what I was expecting there. Hogger gets in there and gets down with it, but I was not expecting that level of damage. Hogger seems kind of low damage for a bruiser, but not according to this stats. Taking a look at the talents here. For the Hogger talents. Went Bones to Gnaw at 1, then Aggro Range, Garbage Fire, Hortipult, Dust Devil, Kablooey, and No Control. I have no idea if that's good. It's day number 1 here in Hoggerville. So I'm excited to see how the builds develop, how the community moves into certain setups. I'm just happy to see Hogger. All right, that's game number 1. We're going to take a quick break here. Might add a command or 2. Try to fix up my my stream deck. But when we come back, it's going to be game number 2. Zul'jin Distillery versus Beatgen Simps. Don't go far. Alrighty, welcome back here. As I take a look at my levels once again, looks like, oh, the music's playing on the music. Feels good. Game number 2 about to be underway here. Zul'jin Distillery going up 1-0 over Beatgen Simps. As I remember who actually won that game, I go ahead over to my soothsayer and I update that. Oh, perfect. All right, we're getting set up for our next game. Let's jump over to the map screen. As we see once again, 13 maps in the pool. Alchemir should be so proud. Hogger's loot hoard includes items from his vanilla loot table. Yeah, I heard that. It's the bracers, it's the gems. There was one other thing in there. Yeah, it's like the shadow gem and the citrine and the bracers. There was one other thing. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, taking a look at the maps. Quick reminder here: Battlefield of Eternity, Hanamura Temple, Garden of Terror, and Dragonshire are banned out for this series. Warhead Junction was chosen by Beatgen Simps, but it was Zul'jin Distillery that came out ahead. And now Infernal Shrines has been chosen for game number 2 by Beatgen Simps. Can I gush about Hogger some more? Is that okay? I'm going to put up the ready in here. I'm going to go back to me for a moment. I've only been able to play Hogger in try mode. But he's so cool. There's so many combos. There's such a high, like, the dynamite that you throw onto heroes that explodes right when you hit them right. That's such a hard skill shot to hit. But if you throw out the loot behind them, smack them into it for the stun, and throw out the W at the same time, you get the full combo. And then you use the Hog Wild to bounce off your loot and do maximum damage. My god. It's like, he's like the Kel'Thuzad of bruisers. It's so good. It's so, so good. Looks like we got a draft here in just a moment. Going to Infernal Shrines. Infernal Shrines! As I see my green screen is acting up. That fix it? Kind of fixed it. Yes! Tech hacks! Still kind of see the edges. Still kind of see the edges. Let me do a quick bump. That's too much. Let's go there. Alright, that should help. Lost Vikings once again banned away by Beatgen Distillery. Not the most popular Vikings map around, but it is big enough. You can still do it. Valkymer noticing that he could abuse his Twitch sub privileges. I will cast your replay. If you're a subscriber and you do me the honor of joining my Discord channel and being my friend, and you want to drop something in the Cast My Replay channel, we'll set up a time. I will cast anything you want to throw at me. You want to throw me a crazy quick match? You want to throw me a pro replay? Just give me the file. Just give me the file. I'll do an ARAM. Whatever you want. I'll do it. So we see the Gazlo Diva bans like the patch didn't even happen. Coming on through here from our two teams. Beatgen Simps are going to ban away Chromie, as is tradition. Some pretty meta bans coming out from our two squads. Will Beatgen Distillery snap up the Hogger? Will they do it? I dared DeWitt to do it. Whether he actually does it or not, I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know if he'll do it. Wish he would, though. Thinking about their first pick, a lot of good options here. It's going to be Johanna for Cowboy Kyle for pick number 1. Jinxie Cat snapping in that Diablo, so not waiting until the end this time to snap up that tank. It's going to be an early Diablo pick. What will they pair with it? There's a lot of good pairings alongside Diablo. I like the Anthea beside a Diablo. Deckard is a fun combination. Even Stukov can do some good work, especially against Johanna. But it's going to be our favorite. Hogger is back. Snagging on is saving us from a Hoggerless future. Valkymer reminding me that I should have set more commands. That break wasn't long enough. It wasn't long enough, man. Beatgen Distillery with the next 2 picks. It's going to be a Tychus. Oh, that's going to be hurtful. And a Zool coming on out from Be Fresh. I love those picks. I love those picks a lot. You know, as a developing damage player, I was playing off lane a couple seasons ago, and now it looks like I'm going to be the damage man. I need to practice Tychus because there's some situations where Tychus is fantastic, so good, and there's a lot of situations where he's just strong. So I got to get over my Tychus phobia and get some games in. Brightwing going to be banned out by Beatgen Simps. Stop digging up Haunted Mines games. I'll cast Haunted Mines. I'll do it. How you doing, Just Key? Beatgen Distillery thinking about their next ban here. They're looking at a Diablo Hogger. I've already got... Well, they don't have their healer yet. I was thinking about a Deckard ban. Brightwing off the board. Tyrande banned out. That's a pretty old school combo. You've got the Diablo Tyrande that can do some big work, especially against more immobile targets like Zool, like Tychus. And the armor burn against Johanna is pretty good. Hunter's Mark there. Became the #1 NA unranked tank last season by being undefeated on Juice Pirates. Oh! That's a Stukov and Sonya coming on out here from Linehouse. And Romedy. Sonya. Alright, so we've got a pretty bruiserific comp here. Once again, double bruiser with the tank here for Beatgen Simps and the Hogger Sonya Diablo. It's gonna be, picking it into Tychus is a little questionable, but Tychus can't do damage if you just kill him. Ankle shot gonna be picking up the solo heal Uther here, and it's gonna be a Kael'thas played by DeWitt. Going from Abathur to Kael'thas. What a swing. Your vote is for exclamation mark crushing it? I will think about it. Because it's got to be readable, right? Maybe I'll just do multiple. Maybe I'll take all of yours and put the exact same command. The Giblet's going to round things out here with the Jaina. Try to blow up those skinnies over on the other side. Not that there aren't that many skinnies. It's pretty much just Kael'thas. All right, any switches? Ankle shot on the Uther. Yeah. All right. Teams are set. We're looking at game number 2. Can Zul'jin Distillery put them away, or can Beatgen Simps come flying back? Infernal Shrines will be the battleground. We're coming back to me. You know what? I've been thinking NGS provides a very nice little 30-second bumper that I use to spruce up the game. Bridge this little gap here, and I was thinking, why can't I make one of my own? A, because I'm untalented, but I do have a lot of footage, and I do have access to some royalty-free music. So maybe I'll take a weekend and do that, because I really like having that bumper. Number 1 tank is reported by Heroes Profile. I mean, that's the place we've got. That's what we've got. All right. Once again, I'm not going to get faked out by this time. Here we go. Loading on in. Game number 2 on the left in the blue. Ankle shot on the Uther. Cowboy Kyle playing the Johanna. Led on the Tychus. DeWitt on the Kael'thas. Be Fresh on the Zool. It is Zul'jin Distillery. On the right in the red. Snaganana's on the Hogger. Romedy MC on the Sonya. McGiblet's playing Jaina. Linehouse on the Stukov. Jinxie Cat on the Diablo. It is Beatgen Simps. Here we go. Game number 2 is underway here on Infernal Shrines. Uther picking up that Hammer of the Lightbringer on 1. Going to be looking to land those auto attacks to reduce the Hammer of Justice cooldown, much as the tanks do. Kael'thas going to be looking for globes. Jaina also looking for globes. As it looks like Zul'jin Distillery just splitting into their lanes here, not wanting to get mixed up in this early fight. Looking at the wave clear from Hogger and Jaina, looking pretty good there. Looks like Sonya going to head up to the top lane. Good matchup into Zool there. Snagadana's thinking about moving in onto DeWitt. Couldn't quite get the combo, but the flip is good. Silence coming on out as well. Angle shot trying to provide that armor, but it's not going to be enough. Kael'thas just a little too flimsy. First blood goes over to Beatgen Simps. Checking in on our top lane matchup. Looks like Romedy's having a good old time there versus Thrall. Cowboy Kyle holding down the mid lane there. Not able to set up a rotation just yet, but Kael'thas is on their way back. Starting right at 1 minute on the camp here, Beatgen Simps crisp on that macro time. And what is this? Hogger with the Hog Wild. Let's get a close-up, team. Look at that damage output. Snaganana's has broken the game, soloing the bottom camp at level 3. What a god. What a god among men. Romedy gonna head back up to the top lane, trying to catch this soak from Be Fresh. That's a double camp play coming on out from Beatgen Simps. Jinxie Cat wants to find lead here. Nice dash. Gets the slide onto Johannes. Snaganana's goes flying across the lane once again. Nice knockback there. All of a sudden, Beatgen Simps looking pretty comfortable there. The comfort on Hogger has increased tremendously from game 1 to game number 2. Beatgen Simps looking very, very strong in the early going here. Taking a look at this pit, I don't think Hogger can do exactly the same thing on this top camp. He'll be close. Oh, Zool actually taken out by Romedy in the top lane. Of rare solo lane pickoff. Well done by Romedy. Ankle shot going to go ahead and stack up that level 1 quest on this camp. Once again, crisp timing coming on out here from Beatgen Simps. Going to grab that Shaman camp on the right-hand side. Zul'jin Distillery doing the exact same thing on the left. Ankle shot. Running out of time there, but getting a good number of auto attacks. 46 out of 75 on that level 1 quest. So we see Hogger getting away from the bottom lane. Top shrine is activating. We are looking at an arcane shrine for our first Punisher of the game. Looks like Beatgen Simps is doing the full rotation. Jinxie Cat actually caught there by the Bone Prism. But Kael'thas is late here. This is an opportunity. Beatgen Simps gets the big pull onto Ankle Shot. Uther trying to get away here, but the slow's just too much. That's going to be Uther going down. Kael'thas coming on up from the bottom lane was trying to find that level 7. Unfortunately, it looks like Zul'jin Distillery is going to have to back off here, at least for the moment. Jinxie Cat's not done. Going after Be Fresh. This flip into the silence is good. This could be trouble for Zool. The Hog Wild snagging on as snags up that kill. Beatgen Simps, once again, showing their dominance here in the early game on Infernal Shrines. Romedy just spinning away here. Going to go ahead and cap off that shrine. Toot sweets. Led in the bottom lane, getting some off lane push, trying to close that minion XP gap. As we're going to have our first Punisher of the game pushing down the top lane. Zul'jin Distillery is back to full strength. Zool is going to relieve Tychus from that mid lane. We're going to see Led moving on back up. Good bait over the wall. There's the silence, though. This is the trouble with the Stukov here on Infernal Shrines. Throwing that silence underneath the stun is so impactful. As Jinxie Cat actually getting chased out here by Led. Almost with the overkill. It's the underkill on the overkill from Tychus, not quite taking out Diablo. Snagging on is thinking about pulling that camp nonsense once again. Let's get the close-up. Ready. Steady. Thinking about it. And there it goes. Kavlor with the Prime sub. Thank you very much for the support. Snagging on is actually going to have to push Be Fresh off this point. Enjoy your emotes there, Kavlor. If you want to submit a replay in the Crusha Nation Discord, you are welcome to do so. There's Beatgen Simps moving on to DeWitt. The silence coming out. Looks like Kael'thas may peel away here, though, as I go ahead and zoom out this team fight after getting the close-up on the Hogger clear. Is that the level 4? So, Beatgen Simps doing well on the camp timings once again, timing out that mid camp with the bottom camp steal. Romedy clear in the top, and that's going to be level 10 here. Are Beatgen Simps going to think about moving on to this camp? Jinxie Cat coming across the map here. Going to see Led scoot on through, and there they go. Here's the stun onto Uther. Oh, the loot actually taken out quickly there. Led now being chased out. Romedy coming on in here, trying to get the last little hit onto Tychus. They're not going to do it, but Beatgen Simps are going to go ahead and steal that camp. Speaking of the level 10s, we have the Apocalypse Massive Shove. That is the Shockwave coming on out from Hogger this time. Ring of Frost and Wrath of the Berserker. Zul'jin Distillery looking at the Divine Hurricane, Leap, Phoenix, Odin, and Skeletal Mages is Led once again having a dash out of trouble there. Falling Sword actually coming on out here. That's Falling Sword, not Leap. As I mix my stuff up. And it's a total bloodbath. 2 for 2 there in the mid lane as Hogger ends up going down as well. Ankle Shot could be in some trouble here as Jinxie Cat trying to peel away Uther, but they're coming in with the Justice. That's going to be Linehouse going down, trading out for Ankle Shot. It's a 3 for 3. Jinxie Cat's not done. Going in onto Be Fresh. Pulling through that bone armor. Romedy is on the chase as well, but gets interrupted by Cowboy Kyle, and it looks like Sonya going to have to peel away as well. Valkymer asking for the subs. We are now actually at 18 out of 50. That huge gift sub bomb that came by a month ago has now expired. So we're going to have to try to build up more naturally. But I think we can do it. I think we've been putting together some good content. I'm going to try to keep the casts going in the off-season and make that big push in NGS Season 11, getting you as much content as I possibly can. Meanwhile, though, we've got a Shrine down in the bottom lane, Frozen Punisher, lying in wait. Setting up for some more Hogger business, bouncing around the four corners. The Unstoppable will go for an eternity here as Cowboy Kyle going on in here. Actually, Hogger getting a little bit thrown off balance here. Ring of Frost actually going to catch 3. What a cast! Jaina going down to the Divine Hurricane as Romney trying to get away from lead here. The Odin range is causing them all sorts of problems. Jinxie Cat trying to get out as well. That's going to be Diablo going down. That's a soul reset. Snag managing to get away. Remember, solo. Linehouse is moving on up, trying to solo as Stukov. Zool and Uther actually going down. The counter kill is good onto Hogger. Romedy not going to be able to go in there versus the 3 remaining members of Zul'jin Distillery. Beatgen Simps, they're kind of back on track here. Diablo is back without souls. Lead gets peeled away. Linehouse moving on up here, trying to get the hits, and that's going to be it for Tychus. Cowboy Kyle in some trouble here. We are very even on these minions. Falling Sword will pick up a couple more, but DeWitt has to get away here. The double shove into the wall is going to super stun the Johanna. But it looks like Beatgen Simps, with that reviving Diablo, have just enough. Oh, Kael'thas taken out in the bottom lane. What a back and forth. Beatgen Simps picking up the Frozen Punisher in the bottom lane. How you doing, Doctor? Congratulations on yesterday's win. It was very fun to watch. Perfect 10-10. Thank you very much for the follow. This Punisher almost certainly going to be securing this bottom fort. Jinxie Cat actually going to go ahead and catch Johanna here, but has drawn the ire of the fort. Luckily, this Frozen Punisher turns off the shots. Look at that combination. Tychus down to the Ring of Frost Apocalypse combo. Ankle shot, and Cowboy Kyle having to peel away here. Beatgen Simps pick up their first structure of the game, and they're going to be moving on to this bottom keep wall. Checking in on the top lane. Romedy being buffeted by Be Fresh. As we see the bait over the wall is good. Phoenix coming on out to try to push back the members of Beatgen Simps. There's the Frozen Punisher turning off the structures. Finally going down. It's going to be Hogger. Wilding on out of there. All 3 bottom camps are up. So far, Beatgen Simps have been very much on top of these camp rotations. Looks like Zul'jin Distillery may be setting up a gank here. All crowding in the bush. Led gonna go ahead and start it up just in case. Zul'jin Distillery, they're ready for it this time. Bottom camp has been taken. They're stacking on us, using that loot crate, or that loot horde, to their advantage. Jinxie Cat, oh. Zul'jin Distillery peeling on out of there, just taking that camp in time, deciding to abandon the gank. Probably for the best, as level 16 had arrived for Beatgen Simps. Now getting some free damage in the mid. Looks like Zul'jin Distillery going to peel out here, trying to... Oh, Gromny going right in there. This could be trouble here for Sonya. Look at the falling sword. Gets the knock-up. Snagging on is in all sorts of trouble. That's Hogger going down, but Kael'thas taken out as well. Nice massive shove here, but Linehouse caught standing. Cowboy Kyle having to move on back. Oh, nice flip on the ankle shot. Look at that stun power. McGiblets is just pouring in the frost damage. But it's going to be Diablo going down. Can Cowboy Kyle get away here? No! The black goober of doom. Stukov lands the combo. Gets that kill. There it is again. You hear that? Perfect. Perfect aim. Coming on out there. There's Romedy. Uh-oh. Ankle shot and B-Fresher here. This could be trouble for Sonya. Chase will not be enough, though. Beatgen Simps going to go ahead and move on back to the Shaman camp. Pretty much the only thing they can do on the map at this point. Lead clearing up the bottom lane. Left side camp could be picked up by Zul'jin Distillery. thing I haven't seen yet. I haven't seen the shockwave go out. Now, I'm not familiar with the actual graphic of the shockwave, so it could be it's come out and I just haven't recognized it because I've only seen Hortipult in my games so far today. We'll have to keep an eye on Snag to see when that shockwave goes out. It's kind of like an Anubarak Impale, except it's got a big sort of splash zone at the front here. As Romney MC actually popping the Wrath of the Berserker. Gonna try to start this fight. Oh, look at the perfect silence. Gonna catch Tychus there. Uther is down as well. Going into the sky is Johanna coming on down for the knockup. Gonna interrupt Romney for just a moment. The Giblet's having trouble there with the minion wave. Gonna have to peel on back for Linehouse's help. Bfresh managing to wiggle away from the terrain there and get away from Jinxie Cat. Cowboy Kyle not going to be so lucky. It's a triple kill coming in for Beatgen Simps just in time for this Molten Punisher Shrine to activate. Top lane going to have to be de-pushed here by McGiblets. Rest of Beatgen Simps. Snag looking for those perfect angles for the Hog Wild. A little bit tough on this shrine. Not exactly perfect structure. Looks like Zul'jin Distillery just going to go ahead and pick up the camps that they can. They know they're not getting this Punisher. So trying to make sure they're not super behind here. On that goes flying off the point. Oh, that's so Hogger, I can't believe it. Alright. Molten Punisher, Mortar Punisher, I should say. Going to be pushing down the mid lane here. Beatgen Simps going to grab their Khazra camp. That's a pretty good bounce spot. Hogger doing some work, and this Punisher actually left alone here. Beatgen Simps going to elect to clear the bottom lane before catching up. Luckily, Zul'jin Distillery didn't jump on that opportunity. Now they're just going to go ahead and grab yet another camp, so it looks like they're going for a secondary push with these 6 Khazra, as this Punisher is going to be baited over the wall and killed basically for free here. Not pushing with this one either, going to head to the top lane. Interesting. I've got to suppose they're just worried about level 20. They want to take an uneven fight. They're that close. Nice Burning Drash. Actually going to get a full dismount there. Ankle shot and crude. Like, they want to fight, and they want to fight now. Level 20 is almost here. Zul'jin Distillery, they've got to get on top of them now. Jinxie Cat's going to see him, but the level 20s are here. There's the Skeletal Mages. Look at the huge combo. But is that going to be enough? The Hellgate not in time. That's going to be Diablo's soul reset as Romney looking to re-engage. Snag getting on out of there. Uther is actually going to go down here. Look at that. The level 20 of Hogger just bouncing between members of Zul'jin Distillery. Cowboy Kyle trying to get away here, but the slows of Jaina just so strong. That's 2 kills for Beatgen Simps. Snagging on is on the chase. Throws out the burning garbage. Romney not quite landing that Ancient Spear. But with 2 kills, Beatgen Simps finally have the opportunity to put up a huge siege here. Led managing to get away from the Silence Root combo. That would have almost certainly been a kill, as Diablo was set up for the pin on that well. Uther going to be up in 10 seconds, but this mid keep is going to go down. Beatgen Simps, are they going to go in here? Uh-oh, the root from the Hogger is good. Ekadana's managing to get away here. They're hanging out, but are they going to commit? Looks like they're not. Johanna going to be up in 10 seconds here. They have the level 20s. Comedy's going in. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Zul'jin Distillery may have been caught out here. There's... Hogger is going hog wild all over the back line, just bouncing between members. Having to use the actual hog wild to get on out of there. Look at that level 20 damage. I did not expect such value out of that Hogger 20, but you're seeing it here, folks. Zul'jin Distillery is back up and running. Full 5 members on the team. They're about to get their level 20s. Beatgen Simps are just keeping them locked in their base for now. They're going to go ahead and grab this Shaman camp as a steal. Jinxie Cat warding away, going to catch DeWitt. Oh no, DeWitt in trouble here, flipped over, pushed back, the stun is good, follow-up stun is there, and that's going to be it for Kael'thas. What a pickup there for Beatgen Simps. Jinxie Cat doing a great job of warding, catching the Kael'thas unaware, and they're going to go ahead and push with this camp in the top lane, setting up for a checkmate, possibly with this shrine. more damage they can do in this top lane, the cleaner this Punisher will be as it pushes onto the core. Zul'jin Distillery going to need a miracle here, as it's going to be a 4v4 push, and Sonya back, just a ticking time bomb here for Zul'jin Distillery. They're going to have to move up without their Kael'thas if they have any hope in this game. Here's Beatgen Simps. They're coming around the outside. Led will find McGiblets in the brush, but Jinxie Cat is here as well. Gets the flip over the backside. Look at all the damage coming out onto Jinxie Cat. Diablo's so low here. Manages to use the Hellgate to get away, though. That's going to be Hogger going down. Zul'jin Distillery is doing it. Look at the stun. Linehouse trying to get the last hit. Not going to get it. Ankle shot so low. Can McGiblets and Jinxie Cat get away here? Somehow a player down. Zul'jin Distillery coming back. Romedy trying to clean up here, but is actually going to go and leave. Diablo is down for a full minute. And Romedy peels away. Oh, I've got to think that Sonya has to just try to commit to that Punisher. I mean, going down there, the trickle's already started. They're going to go ahead and just grab these camps, try to get a push in the off lane here. But it looks like Zul'jin Distillery actually pulling it off. They're going to turn this Frozen Punisher. Now, it's got 2 structures to go through here, so this isn't like a simple core push. However, Zul'jin Distillery keeping themselves alive here as DeWitt pops the Phoenix just in case to try to grab this fort for free. The Punisher is going to be pushing down the top lane. Now, there's going to be a pretty hefty push. Zul'jin Distillery, they're going to have to make something happen real fast here, because this push in the mid lane with 2 catapults is going to be melting the core of Zul'jin Distillery. If Beatgen Simps can keep anyone from backing, Zul'jin Distillery is going to commit. The camps are starting to go onto the core. Are we going to have a race here? Zul'jin Distillery has so much further to go, and the core is going to start to take damage. Oh, Zul managed to go back. Okay, so Zul goes back. Zul is going to get the clear. That means it's going to be a 4v5 push. There is the Johanna going in. Counter ults are out. Hogger is absolutely blown up, but there goes Uther as well. Romedy trying to get away. Sonya is down. Jinxie Cat gets the Hellgate engage onto Led. Pops the Odin, though. 2 are down for Beatgen Simps. This Punisher is going to be taken out here, but Linehouse could be next. Jinxie Cat's so low as well. There's the damage from Kael'thas. Could this be it? It's just Diablo and Jaina up. Zul'jin Distillery, they're going to try to push for the win. This Punisher is going to go down. They don't have their Uther. They don't have their Zul. This is far from a sure thing, as this core is going to be shelling away onto this minion wave and pushing back the members of Zul'jin Distillery. They're not going to be able to go core here. That's got to be the right play. You have to send back the Zul if you're Zul'jin Distillery. You would 100% lost that game without sending the Zul back. They managed to get the top keep. It's unfortunate they weren't able to parlay that into a core rush, but they've opened up a winning condition in the top lane, so the next team fight that goes their way, all they have to do is walk top and win. However, Beatgen Simps, in exactly the same situation. The next team fight, just walk down whatever lane they really choose and win this game. So who is going to make the first misstep? Who is going to keep their vision high and find their way to a victory here on Infernal Shrines? Camps are gone. Going to be coming up down here in the bottom lane in just a moment. Zul'jin Distillery taking their Shaman camp. Push out this top lane. Jinxie Cat just staying off vision. Gonna move into the lane here, grab a couple orbs. Coming around the outside. Zul'jin Distillery being very cautious here, but Romedy coming around. Oh, could be in some trouble here. The stun is out and the fight is committed. Hogger is going in. There's the combo. Uther is blown up. Romedy going on in there. Look at the root, but the heals coming on out from Ghost Uther are unreal. Hogger is popping off. That's going to be it for Johanna. Led managing to get away. Jinxie Cat trying to get this pin onto DeWitt. The flip over. Oh my gosh, DeWitt. DeWitt! Can't get away. That's 3 kills for Beatgen Simps, and that's got to be it. Beatgen Simps going to move down the mid lane. Be Fresh managing to get away, but that is going to be it. Beatgen Simps going to move on to the core. They're going to even up this series 1-1 here. we're going to have ourselves a game number 3. Ledge shelling away here. Fresh having to move back to the base, but it's not going to be enough. The core shielding is gone. 78%. Here come the catapults. Fresh trying to move away from the members of Beatgen Simps. But there it goes. Beatgen Simps even up the series at 1-1. GG. All right. Quite the difference between Warhead Junction and Infernal Shrines. 25 kills to 16 there for the Beatgen Simps. The Giblets on the Jaina topping the damage at 81,500 there. It was DeWitt on the Kael'thas for Zul'jin Distillery, almost 88,000, topping the charts over on the blue side. Take a quick look at the talent screen. And then we're going to go and set up for game number 3. All right, Beatgen Simps strike back, picking up the win there on Infernal Shrines. We're going to be set up for the rubber match, game number 3. But first, we're going to go to the break, so don't go far. Alrighty, welcome back. We're getting set up here for game number 3 between Zul'jin Distillery and Beatgen Simps. Oh, what a series so far. We've seen 2 Augur games and 1 Warhead Junction. Oh, what a dream here on our first Tuesday of the new patch. Oh, it's so good, so good. All right, looks like our teams are nearly ready for our game number 3. Let's head over to the map screen and remind you of the state of this series. Battlefield of Eternity, Hanamura Temple, Garden of Terror, and Dragonshire have been banned away for this series. Warhead Junction, it was Zul'jin Distillery that were victorious, but then Beatgen Simps coming on back and winning on Infernal Shrines for game number 2. Alterac Pass, as we see, going to be our destination for game number 3. Falcom are doing the math in the chat. Surely you've got enough. Surely you've got enough. Until I up the prices. Just don't do it to me tonight, man. I gotta get some sleep. Oh, man. Beatgen Simps thinking about their next, or their first ban of this series. It's going to be Zagara. Didn't like that funny business there on Warhead Junction and Alterac Pass. Almost an equally large map. Good scouting ban from earlier in the series there. Zul'jin Distillery thinking about their next ban. Need over 15,000 points. Surely you're at 15,000. Vikings. Oh, 18-6 for the Cats. What are these numbers coming on out? I gotta add more stuff. Oh, man. Next band here from Beatgen Simps. Looking at Chromie. I believe that's 3 Chromie bands in a row here from Beatgen Simps. Makes sense. I mean, Chromie's just strong. Alterac Pass, you can get a lot of interrupts from over the wall where you normally can't access Chromie for those objectives, which can do a lot of work. Zul'jin Distillery thinking about their next ban here. It's going to be Diva. That does leave Gazlo up and available. Will Beatgen Simps jump on that, or will it be the Hogger once again here? It's going to be the Gazlo. Snag picking up our favorite Robo-Goblin. Finally get to put a hero next to the player name. Amazing. Zul'jin Distillery with their double pick here. Now it's Alterac Pass. So you're taking big map. It's going to be May and Brightwing coming on in here for Ankle Shot and Cowboy Kyle. I was going to say, Alterac Pass, that's a good Deathwing map. Get some good off-push. That's a good global. Put a lot of work in. But you've got to pick it late. So who is going to be... at this point, I'm expecting Zul'jin Distillery to bust it out if possible. However, they are messing around with their rolls tonight, so I don't know if they've got a Deathwing player. 19,350. Okay. I mean, I set the limits. I did do that. Kael'thas for Linehouse, and it will be Johanna here for Jinxie Cat. So Linehouse moving on to the Mage here, interestingly enough. So we see Anduin banned away here by Zul'jin Distillery. Beatgen Simps thinking about their next ban. They see the Brightwing, they see the Mei. These are very, very good boss control heroes, and Alterac Pass is a double boss map. So Beatgen Simps is going to have to watch out for that. I mean, Johanna, Kael'thas, Gazlo have some good point control of their own for sure. Hanzo banned away here. Interesting choice. And Hanzo is pretty safe from all the Gazlo and Kael'thas damage if you're staying at range. Can get away from the Blessed Shield as well, so... yeah, okay. I mean, if you're trying to get rid of damage that is hard to retort, I mean, Mephisto is pretty good at that. Glad picking up that hero. Ooh. There's the spice. Be Fresh is going to bring on the Murky here. Now, Murky doesn't really get bribe value on Alterac Pass because there's a camp, and it's probably one of the most dug-in camps in Heroes of the Storm. But just getting work done in the off lanes, having constant lane pressure, having this little fishman wander around and make your life miserable is a pretty big deal. Last two picks coming out for Beatgen Simps. McGiblets moving on to the Ana, and it's going to be Romney snapping up that Sonya once again. Pretty solid comp here from Beatgen Simps. And it's going to be Sergeant Hammer. Some played out nonsense coming on out from Zul'jin Distillery. Going to be working the edges for sure. Mephisto blinking out of nowhere. Sergeant Hammer being a mile away. Murky all around the edges of the map. May all up in your business. I gotta say, kind of like Zul'jin Distillery's draft here. I mean, I'm looking at this and I'm seeing you've got the Gazlo Sonya, so you've got some play around the map. You should be able to kind of catch the Murky. But to me, Beatgen Simps is the British in the field walking in a row forward, and Zul'jin Distillery's up in the trees on the edges. Who comes out ahead? I don't know. That's a lot of firepower on the side of Beatgen Simps. I don't know if Zul'jin Distillery is going to have enough to deal with that, but they've got a comp with a chance. We'll have to see how it goes. Let's get into game number 3. On the left in the blue, DeWitt on the Sergeant Hammer, led on the Mephisto. Cowboy Kyle playing Mei, ankle shot on the Brightwing, and Be Fresh playing the Murky. This is Zul'jin Distillery. On the right in the red, Snagging Anna's playing that Gazlo. Romedy MC on the Sonya. Linehouse playing Anna. Jinxie Cat on that Johanna. And it is McGiblets on the Kael'thas. It is Beatgen Simps. Here we go. Game number 3 on Alterac Pass is underway. Kael'thas looking for globes on 1. Looking for that Murky quest. What are you doing, Merc? Show me the way. What's the play? Murky up in the top lane there. Once again, Zul'jin Distillery just coming in with the full split. DeWitt gonna work the edges here. Snagging Honest could be in some trouble. Throws the bomb ahead just to stop any further engage, but DeWitt is on top of the wall. It is gonna be, wow, a bribe coming in for Murky. So that could either get extreme value or no value at all. Beatgen Simps is going to have to be right on top of their camp timings here as Cowboy Kyle gets the icing through. Linehouse trying to cut off the retreat of Mephisto here. Does manage to get the sleep. But with the cleanse is, or the specialized cleanse is ankle shot. Romney going to be making Murky's life difficult here in the top lane. Camps are up and available. Checking back on our bottom lane matchup. DeWitt looking for an opportunity to just move on up here. Snag picking on May a little bit in the bottom lane. Lighthouse on top of this camp, so they're on, off to a good start with these camp timings. But they're going to have to be exactly on time pretty much all game long to deny Murky that value. It's doable, but it's difficult. It's a low cooldown camp. So we see Romney once again spinning and winning all over B Fresh's face. Look at that little eyeball Murky. Hit it! Oh, Murky wins that round. Left side camp going to be picked up here by Zul'jin Distillery as well, so good camp timings on both sides. Murky just avoiding the Sonya as best as possible. Hammer coming on through to the mid lane as right now May is soaking the off lane. Going to need some support there in just a moment. Snag and Honest coming on back. There's the stun combo onto Sergeant Hammer. Jinxie Cat catching up with the Condemn. Oh, but the wave blocks the extra Netherwind from McGiblets. And DeWitt will be just fine for now. Snag and Honest going to catch this. Murky goes down in the top lane as a Murky often does. Where's that egg anyway? Do I get to see the egg on my map? There it is. There it is, right there in the top lane. Jinxie Cat getting caught under towers a little bit here. Just trying to put some damage onto Sergeant Hammer. It's difficult because, Hammer gets the armor. You get them down to half health, and then Right Wing just kind of stands around, brings you back to full overtime. When you're finally ready to go back in, Hammer's at full health again. So it's going to be difficult for Beatgen Simps to get critical damage here onto DeWitt. Camps are up and available. The objective, that is. We're often going to see the goal camps taken a second time, level 7 achieved, before anyone really thinks about the first objective of the game. You see Snag just going ahead and double soaking, trying to do their part on this Gazlo. Right side camp, once again on time here by Beatgen Simps, doing a good job. Staying on top of their knolls. They have Murky accounted for in the moment, but you don't want to leave any opportunity. So we see DeWitt trying to grab this camp here. Ankle Shot going to come on in and help out. Sevens are here. Camp's been taken for a second time, so our teams are going to start to think about the objective here. So right now we see Led moving on up, try to put some damage on Sonya, but Sonya is a hardy barbarian, staying pretty much at full health. Mid-wave clear coming on in. Cowboy Kyle with the heavy icing. Led in some trouble here, getting caught by the sleep dart of Ana. May, oh no, walks into the stun. Went in just a split second too soon, and first blood will go over to Beatgen Simps as Romedy looking to channel the first prison camp of the game. Uh-oh. Hammer in some trouble here. DeWitt behind the wall has to pop the boosters to get on out of there. Beatgen Simps gonna try to maintain the point. DeWitt gonna try to shell over the wall here. Jinxie Cat gotta be careful there. Trying to stay just out of range. Murky going down here. DeWitt just hard chilling. But with only 7 seconds remaining, it looks like Beatgen Simps will have this first objective of the game, as Johanna actually going right in there. Murky causing havoc once again. We're going to have our first raiders coming on down the lanes here as we approach level 10. Well, so far, Beatgen Simps have been able to hold their own, but this is where their skills will be tested. They're going to start to get pulled around the map from here on out. Murky getting some business done in the top lane. Sonya pushing that bottom lane. Looks like it's going to be mid-clear to start here for Zul'jin Distillery. Jinxie Cat managing to get away here with the Iron Skin. So we're going to have the mid-clear, but top is just getting absolutely wrecked here by Beatgen Simps. Wall is gone. The objective is basically healthy. Level 10 has arrived as well. For Beatgen Simps, we're looking at the black hole the Gravel Bomb, I should say. Blessed Shield, Pyroblast, Nano Boost, and Wrath of the Berserker here for Beatgen Simps. Uh-oh, DeWitt could be in some trouble here. There's the Gravel Bomb coming on out. So much damage follow-up. Great CC layering by McGiblets. That's going to be a dead DeWitt as the top fort goes down. Zul'jin Distillery picking up their heroic options as well. Looking at the Napalm Strike, Avalanche, March of the Murlocs, Durance of Hate, and Right Wing still thinking about that level 10 pick. It is going to be the Blink Heal. On in for Brightwing. Look at the value out of this push, taking the top keep wall. The very first objective of the game. This wave should clear up this this cannon tower in just a couple more flings. There they go. Right now, Be Fresh probably sitting on enough bribe stacks. Here comes McGiblets and Linehouse. Going to go ahead and pick that up. Is the bribe actually just going to be used over here? It will. Probably a good idea. You're going to have enough time heading into the late game to pick up 3 more stacks. Not a big deal. Romany just pushing the bottom lane here versus Ankle Shot. Right side camp picked up by Beatgen Simps. Jinxie Cat and Snagging Honest could be in a little bit of trouble here as DeWitt's setting on up and shelling away in that siege mode. Sleep is out there. There's the Gravel Bomb. Look at the combo. 3 taken out. The Pyroblast onto DeWitt as well, but looking very healthy here is... Oh my gosh, look at that damage. The nano-boosted Pyroblast. Almost 100 to zeroing that Sergeant Hammer. The combo is in here from McGiblets and Linehouse. Meanwhile, though, Romany just happily shelling away at this bottom fort. I sure love hitting the slam button. Bye-bye, fort. Nice job, Romany. Taking advantage of the distraction in the mid to start that trickle XP advantage on the road to level 20. Be Fresh coming on in here. Pops the invulnerable. Splits the D. Is on the run. Is Be Fresh gonna survive? There's the sleep. That's gonna be it for poor Murky. Top boss will be the focus here. Murky doing enough to allow Zul'jin Distillery to take this bottom boss unheated. So we're going to have a little bit of a boss trade coming out here from our 2 squads as the prisoners are coming up and available in the bottom lane. Romany just going to have to stay safe behind the walls here. Left side camp picked up once again. Finally, the top boss is in for Beatgen Simps. The members are going to back and try to get ready for this next objective. So Romany pops the Wrath of the Berserker. Uh-oh, could be in some trouble. Still 3 members down here as the polymorph is out. Manages to get away here. Looks like Lead is going to warp back to base for safety. And I don't think this boss is even going to get this fort. Grabs the slam. Boss still healthy, moving on to this bottom keep. I don't think it's going to get super far either, but right now it's just Murky and Mephisto on there. This might take a little bit longer. Well, actually, the damage is going a little better than I expected. Keep going to take a little bit of damage. Right side camp. Once again, right on time here from Beatgen Simps. DeWitt is set up for the defense. Sorry, folks, I had to sneeze there. Beatgen Simps moving on up, gunning. Oh, not quite finding the stun onto Cowboy Kyle. May soaking up some damage there. Jinxie Cat coming around the outside, finds DeWitt. Unstoppable is used. Oh, the sleep dart not going to hit there. A lot of CC thrown out onto Johanna, but Jinxie Cat's still at half health. Look at the Pyroblast. The Nano Boost coming on through. Can Cowboy Kyle get away? Oh, yes! DeWitt is not going to be so lucky, though. Look at the bomb spread. Lead trying to get away. Warps around, but that's not going to be enough. Mephisto and Sergeant Hammer go down, and Beatgen Simps are going to start up another Raider camp here. Mid fort going to be picked up with the player advantage by Beatgen Simps. That's it for Murky. As we see mid fort go down, March of the Murlocs going to cause some hassle here. They'll be quickly healed up by Linehouse. Romany holding this point, allowing the rest of the team to move in and actually get a camp steal of their own. as they siege this mid wall. Only 8 more seconds. Oh, Cowboy Kyle trying to go in here. Doesn't actually manage to get onto the point in time, so we're going to have to walk away without icing, without traits. Taking down to about half health there. Murky working on the backside there. Didn't have the camp available. Oh no, DeWitt is actually taken out there. Nice engage coming on in from Beatgen Simps. This could be trouble. Bottom lane is pretty pushed out. Mid lane is very pushed out. Could Beatgen Simps be looking at a double keep play here with their level 16 advantage? Sleep is good. Blessed Shield is out. Oh no! Cowboy Kyle on the May is down. Gravel Bomb is not going to catch lead, but Mephisto, oh, trying to get away here. Romedy is all over ankle shot in the backline, but the polymorph and the core damage is a lot. Still 26 seconds without May. Are they thinking about core? It still has a lot of shielding here as the bottom keep is still standing. But Beatgen Simps, they're thinking they want to end this right now. Murky taking out Romedy in some trouble here. Has to try to be very, very careful. Led moving on in, pushing back the members of Beatgen Simps. There's the Pyroblast! That's it for Mephisto, the staggered death. Beatgen Simps still has the push in the bottom lane. They're going to grab this keep here. They could possibly restart their core push if they really wanted to. Cowboy Kyle caught once again here. There's the Unstoppable coming on out, quickly peeled away by Snaganonis. Core still damaged and has a lot less armor than before. Jinxie Cat is up and on it, but the member's so very low. Romedy trying to stay alive here. There's the Gravel Bomb. DeWitt taken out once again. Cowboy Kyle trying to get away here. That's going to be it for May, and it looks like Beatgen Simps are going to cruise to a reverse sweep 2-1 victory. Very, very well done. Great series. GG. Very nicely done. 11 kills to 0 coming on in for Beatgen Simps. There's McGiblets on the Kael'thas, 39,000 hero damage. DeWitt on the Sergeant Hammer, almost reaching 30k there for Zul'jin Distillery. Take a quick look at the talent screen. We'll see if we can find ourselves an interview with our winners. Let's see, we'll type it in. Put out the call. Oh, my cats are fighting, man. Let's bring it on back to me. Alrighty, looks like my camera's a little bit low, actually. Look how high I am. There we go. Cats, why do you fight? Bunch of crazies. See if we can find ourselves an interview with the Beatgen Simps here. Hope everyone in chat had a great time. Valkymer doing all the maths. Getting ready for the big drop of bananas. And it looks like we got Lionhouse. Welcome to the show. Congratulations on the 2-1 victory.
Hello. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Looking pretty good out there. Day 1 patch. How's it feel to not have the medallion?
I kept pushing the button to get out of stuff, so it was not great. I'm happy overall, but my brain was just like, oh, I can walk in this because I have a medallion. Oh, wait. No, I don't. No, I don't.
Yeah, it's going to take a little bit for sure to get used to that. Outside of that, we saw, obviously, Hogger available today. Snag picking up 2 games there. Did you feel, so with the Hogger on your team, did you feel like there were advantages you were able to take or angles that you were able to push that other bruisers didn't have access to?
I guess for sure on the second map in Infernal Shrines, the idea was that Hogger is actually, as you saw all the camp on the bottom, and if we could get the angle correct, was I think Snag missed it twice, you can actually infinitely loop on the mid and bottom objective points. So that was the whole, we just want to try it to see how effective it was.
Yeah.
We're undecided. We were just kind of testing. we're still in the testing phase of that.
Yeah, it looks like based on, the angles of the map are going to be so important for Hogger, like you said there in map number 2. Maybe ending up as a map specific hero, maybe ending up as kind of a tricky one, not exactly a standard team fight hero, but looking interesting out there. I'm definitely excited to see how that develops.
For sure. I don't think we would do it in game 1 on Warhead again. That was more like, oh, they're giving us Hogger. Let's just do it. Hell with it. It wasn't really the plan going to that map. So
gotta do it for sure. Now we did see some other minor nerfs come on through in the patch today. It didn't look like it affected the overall picks and bans very much. Do you feel like there are any heroes, especially with the medallion being removed, that are possibly going to make their way back into the meta here?
I do, and we had some of them we were planning on playing tonight. It just didn't present the opportunity to not present itself. So yeah, but I will say, I don't want to say what heroes, but I do think there are certain heroes that are going to be back now, or more viable than they were beforehand with medallion going away.
Awesome. Well, definitely looking forward to
I
seeing
know that's the best political non-answer.
Talk to me about game number 2, Infernal Shrines. There, very heavily trading both blows throughout the game. As you got past level 20, camps are taken on the map. There's keeps down on either side. What are the comms like for you guys in terms of how you're moving around the map, how you're sort of moving in that situation?
Main comms are just not to show. We want to, minimize how the opponent's knowledge of where we're at. So Snag a lot he's our shot caller in game. He's a lot trying to make sure that we are not showing on the map anywhere or minimizing as much as possible. And then we're just looking for any wave push advantage that we can take, or trying to predict where the enemy team's at for a gank attempt.
Okay, yeah. I always like to ask teams what their main strategy is when there's nothing to do on the map, but there's everything to lose. Because I find everyone's got a slightly different theory about who should be leading, who should be moving around, how much chances you should be taking. So it's always, I like asking that question to folks. So, 2-1 victory today over Zul'jin Distillery. It's got to feel good. Are there any other big matchups in this round number 1 for XGDI that you're looking forward to?
I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea who we're playing at all next XGDI. We did it because we're a new team that just formed, so we know NGS doesn't start up till like February. So we wanted a good competitive little tourney to join in that meantime. And Gibbs suggested that we do XGDI, so we're here and we're doing it. But I haven't honestly, Jinxie's our captain, she's the scheduler and everything, so I haven't really looked at what teams are participating.
All right. Well, there's definitely a good selection here. I think there's going to be some strong matches throughout.
Yeah, I do agree. That's why we wanted to do it. We thought it'd be better to do this and just run it in Storm League. So. Oh,
absolutely, absolutely. Speaking of Storm League, we'll get a little political. We saw the matchmaking change come through today. There's been a lot of accusations flying around the various Discord channels. What do you think about the matchmaker just considering the highest MMR in parties now?
Good. I'm glad.
Like that one? Okay.
But yeah, I mean, they can still do more, but they got 2 devs working on this game at best, so they can only do so much. But I mean, we've seen it a lot, and I think someone in the beatbox mentioned that EU's favorite thing to do was they have a master player run it with 5 or 4 diamond 5 or 4 smurfs, and they would get GM 1 or 2, 1 or 3. And I'm not saying it's only an EU thing. It's definitely an NA thing as well. But
sure.
It was well known that people are gaming the system in every single form, whether it be high or low. So I think it's a good change. Any change that we're trying to prevent smurfing, in that sense, or boosting, I should say, is really what we're trying to do at that point. I think is a good change.
I'm excited to see if what their stats end up saying internally after a couple weeks. I know people are very concerned about they're an amateur team. They happen to have a high spread in their Storm League ranks. They might have a tougher time, but I'm interested to see how it turns out. I think we need to give it a little bit of time, but definitely combating the boosting is good.
Yeah. I will say this. to the people who say that make that comment, I mean, when we try to do scrims, we are lucky enough to know some people that are in the CCL, and we scrim against them. And I'm gonna shout out to Funds from Wild Heart for that one. But we scrimmed them last week. Funds and some of his buds, like Winterheart, and I believe Valimar also came in there, and we got our teeth kicked in, like, right, because they're just, they're grandmasters. They're really good players, but but it made it easier to play against, what we all are, right? Diamond, plat, gold players. Like, when you play against really good people all the time, or even for a little bit, you start, trying to match what they're doing. And so it does help a lot. So I don't agree that that's a bad thing. If you have a wide spread as a 5-stack, yes, those games are going to be, but your team will be better in the long run for it.
Absolutely. Practicing against people you can consistently beat isn't going to get you very far. That's for sure. All right. Well, once again, congratulations on the victory. The floor is yours. Are any shout-outs you'd like to make before we close things down here?
Shout out to the team. We played really well tonight, and we're pretty happy with what we've done so far. Again, we're a fresh team, so we're just trying out different drafts and different strategies, so it's been fun. Shout out to you for casting us. Thank you very much. And to Zul'jin Distillery for running this league, this tourney coming up. And obviously to our opponent, XGD themselves, but because, it was a fun matchup. Like, they took us, they punished us pretty hard in game number 1 and took that match, and they made it pretty damn close on game 2. So it wasn't like a walk in the park or anything. They made us a fun, close series. So it was, shout out to them as well.
Fantastic. All right, Linehouse, thanks for coming on by, and good luck going forward.
Thanks, Crush. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
You too.